Hello.
Hello.
Are you Alexander Myrie?
Yes.
Cool. Thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me today. So the way this meeting is gonna go is first I'm gonna introduce myself, tell you about like name, pronouns, major, that kind of thing. Then
Alrighty.
you can introduce yourself, and then we'll talk about like your interests, things you're excited about for UMKC, things you might be concerned about. Kind of go through the first gen program, and then I can answer any questions you might have about anything. Sound good?
Yep.
All right. So my name is Mac Opperman. I use he/him pronouns, and I am a psychology major, Spanish minor. How about you?
My name is Alexander Mayuri. I'm a computer science major. Use him and he pronouns.
All right. Um, uh, so what made you choose that major?
Computer science. I've really liked computers and programming since a young age. Like video games. Like how stuff moves using programs and stuff.
What kind of like career are you wanting to go into, do you think? Or have you not thought about it?
Something in probably software engineering or robotics.
Yeah. Um, so during the fall, this is just so the reason I'm asking this question is just so we can first gen can kind of get an idea of what kinds of support you might need or that kind of thing. So during the fall, do you think you're going to have or responsibilities outside of coursework? So for example, that could be like you work a job, you're taking care of like siblings or family or anything like that.
Um, I do have a job, but outside of that, I don't think there's anything else.
Okay. Yeah. And a lot of us, I mean, being a peer mentor is every peer mentor's job. So a lot of us, if you're like struggling with balancing coursework and your work or like that balance between work life and like school, a lot of us have a lot of experience in that because like we are doing all of the things. So there is that. Would you describe yourself as more of like an introvert or an extrovert?
A little bit of an introvert, but I wouldn't say a complete introvert.
Okay. Um, and then, so in the FGR program, you are going to be paired with a peer mentor, and that is going to be like kind of the person that you can turn to if you're confused about anything like college related or just need some advice. And you will meet with them at least 3 times per, like in the first semester as part of your FSE requirements. So, before we assign peer mentors, we like to ask if you have any preferences for your peer mentor. So some people prefer to have somebody like with a shared demographic, like same race or ethnicity, is part of like a similar community, is more introverted or extroverted, or has like the same major as them. Do you have any preferences like that?
Just like the same major, honestly, and I
Okay.
don't really care about much of the other stuff, honestly.
Yeah. All right. Give me just a second here. All right. So now I am going to share my screen with you here in just a second. And these are just some worries that some of our other scholars have expressed in coming into college. So, do any of these like really pop out to you as you're being like really worried about or not worried about at all or anything like that?
A little bit of knowing how to study and kind of navigating college a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Um, so for those two at least, for navigating college during welcome week, we have the whole week basically is to prepare you for going into UMKC. So the very first day on that Monday, you and a peer mentor and like a small group of people, I think it's usually like six, it's no more than 10, I think, but you and like a small group of people with your peer mentor take a tour around campus And usually those are grouped by major so that you can tour by your like schedule and see all of the buildings that you might like need, see where the library and everything is, all of that kind of stuff. And then throughout the week, so like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we are going to have events in different buildings spread across campus so that students really feel like they understand, you know, if somebody is like, I don't know where Florsheim is, you know exactly where that is, you know how to get there, all of that kind of thing. And then as for study skills, I'm not 100% sure if we are going to have this workshop again, just because our workshops like schedule hasn't been finalized yet. But in the past, we have had workshops on how to study. We've had like a workshop where a professor comes in and gives like a lecture so that students can kind of get an idea of what a college lecture feels like and what to expect in that kind of situation. So, because navigating college and study skills are two of our bigger concerns that people usually have. Is there anything else?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay, cool. And are any of these you're not worried about like at all? You're super confident about them?
I'm pretty confident in most of these. Yes, I'll
Okay,
say.
good. It's good. So, on this next slide, so this is just so we can best help you understand, we can best help you navigating and support you where you need it and really focus our energy on specific support systems. So are there any here that you think you have like super strong support in or a lot of resources in?
I'll say probably family and health, but that's it.
Okay. And there any that you think like you don't have as many resources in or you might need some support in?
Um, academic and community.
Okay. Yeah, totally. Um, so as for academic, we have UMKC, not just first gen, but UMKC has a lot of academic support things. There are like there's tutors that are free to like utilize. There's study groups, all of that kind of thing to best support students. And then community. My favorite thing about UMKC is all of the clubs. There's a lot of clubs here, and I think we have over 300 clubs, if I'm not wrong. So there's like a club for pretty much everything. My favorite is the Gamer Ruse Club, which has like video game and board game aspects to it, which I really enjoy. So there are a lot of ways that you can find community here at UMKC. Um, so do you have any questions so far?
Um, I do have ADHD. I don't know if there's any academic help for that.
Hmm. So, we do have a disabilities office. So there are supports in place that you can talk to. There's also a club. Okay. So sorry, I'm thinking a lot of things. I have autism, so there is a ADHD is considered neurodiversity. There is a neurodivergent student union where it's just a bunch of people that it has people with all kinds of different neurodiverse things. So that's a good place for community as well. And then there is also, oh, what's it called? I'm not 100% sure if it's still going. I'm hopeful it is, but it's called Tapped into STEM, and it is for neurodiverse people in STEM majors who like they offer support with studying. They offer a lot of resources for that kind of thing, and they also, if you like attend the meetings, take like the surveys kind of thing. The meetings are like once a month. You get a $500 check at the end of the month. That just you can use for anything. It's a really great club. And Tapped into STEM specifically is really focused on helping STEM students achieve their goals and giving them the tools they need to thrive at UMKC. Does that kind of help your worries a little bit?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any other questions or anything?
No, I don't.
Okay. So next up here, I mentioned it earlier, but Welcome Week is in August. These dates are wrong, so do not pay any mind to these. Welcome Week is going to be August 18th through the 22nd. And this is kind of what the schedule has looked like in years past. I think this one was last year. So this is basically Monday. Here you need to attend pretty much everything. That is the required events where you, oh my gosh, where you have to attend the entire day. So that is from 9 to 4 typically. And then Friday is also pretty much you have to attend everything from 9 to about 12:30, maybe later. I don't know exactly. We don't have the exact times for that. But so those are required. Then these middle days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, are the days that you can kind of pick and choose your schedule as long as you meet those requirements that are at the bottom. So they're color coordinated. So you need 4 green, 3 orange, 2 blue, and just because the way that things are laid out, you can, for instance, if you go to everything that is on Tuesday and decide, you know what, I'm really tired, I'm gonna completely skip Wednesday. No, don't go to Wednesday at all. And then you come back and you finish those requirements on Thursday, that would be completely fine. Or you can mix and match in any kind of way, go to whatever workshops you find most interesting. But in order to remain in the program, I believe that you have to complete those requirements. And if you do complete those requirements, you will get a $75 added to your student funds, to your student account. And these kinds of workshops are basically just going to be for helping with all of those things. I'm trying to find it. In the last year, we did have a workshop on disability in college, and I know that they talked about, accommodations. So I know that they talked about all the kinds of accommodations that you can have, and I think the disability office, or the ADA office was there, or they had a representative there. That has a lot of information that's really useful. And yeah, there's just a whole kind of events that really are trying to get you best prepared for college and kind of in tap with the community. So that's pretty much it on my end. Do you have any questions at all?
Not really.
Okay. Well, if you do have any questions, you have our email. And I believe we've been texting. I think we've been texting everybody. So you can reach out to us either of those ways, or yeah, those are the main 2 ways, is email us or text or call us, ask us any questions, and we will answer pretty quickly usually. If it's a weekend, we might not answer as quick just because we're not working, but we'll usually answer any questions that you have, and those can be pretty much anything. And going forward, we will be emailing primarily through your UMKC email. Do you have access to that email?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So we're going to be sending a follow-up email to your UMKC email, and I believe that's it on my end. So if you don't have any questions, you should be good to go.
Alrighty. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. I hope you have a really good day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. Visite the tissue. Estaba. Yo voy a